What is going on, dudes and dudettes? This is VM Video Master. Now today I gotta say I am really excited because Halloween is only 2 or 3 weeks away. And also because the new Halloween Ends just came out not more than a few days ago. Now I gotta say I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She is the queen of Scream. As we've all probably seen that TV show, Scream Queens. Now, Emma Roberts to me is not a Scream Queen. Jamie Lee Curtis will always be the Scream Queen, or the Scream Empress, as I would call her. Now, Halloween got me thinking of scary stories. I've seen all of them. Darkness Prevails, Corpse Husband, Southern Cannibal, Mr. Nightmare. I've seen them all. Even G.M. Danielson. Now, if you've never heard of him, check him out. He's really awesome. He's got the voice like Mystery Masterpiece Theater. Now, today I'm going to tell you guys 7 scary stories that scares us as kids or when we first started watching YouTube. Number 1, skinwalkers. Now we've all heard the story of skinwalkers. Creatures in New Mexico or Arizona that in Native American times had the power to turn into wolves or even people. I mean, we've heard these stories before on Darkness Prevails channel or even Mr. Nightmare sometimes, or Corpse Husband. Now, evil spirits that from Native American tribes can transform into anything or even possess people. Now, if I saw a skinwalker that looked like in one of those videos, I would run for my life. But or even if I went to that skinwalker ranch, that's where they claim skinwalkers live. Now, I would probably explore it. You know, just because that's who I am. Number 2, the Watcher. Now, in 2015, a family moved into this new house they bought. But they kept getting letters from someone called the Watcher, who claimed that he or she was watching their house. That's kind of weird. There's even a show about it. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Now let me know in the comments below if you've seen that show, The Watcher. That's what it's called. Now, if I knew somebody who owned a place like that and their house was being watched by someone called The Watcher, yeah, move out of there right away. Leave everything there, just vamoose, scram, get out of there. I would not live in a house where somebody was just watching us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No. Number 3, Bunny Man. Now, this story is 100% true, and people still try to prove it to this day. Now, in a state not far away, I think in Virginia or something. I'm not really sure. This is the one story. One of the states, I don't remember. Now, in an asylum, I think in Virginia, like I said. Now, in Virginia, in an asylum, they had a man who dresses up as a bunny, like in a full bunny suit, and he carries around an axe, killing people. Now, sorry if you hear voices. That's my dad screaming at my dog. But anyway, a man who dresses up in a bunny suit and carries an axe and kills people around Halloween or any day of the week. That's the part I don't remember. Then my computer crashed. Now, after the Bunny Man was killed, legend has it that if you go to Bunny Man Bridge, he'll come up from the other side of the bridge and slaughter you. Now, to this day, a lot of people who live in that state where that bridge is have tried to prove the legend was fake. Well, I don't know. I didn't get to finish reading the rest because my computer crashed then. Number 4, the hook. Now, this is the oldest story of all. In the 1950s, a man, 2 teenagers, a teenage boy and a teenage girl, were at a makeout point. And then they drove off and they were in the middle of an abandoned road. And they hear on the news that a maniac with a hook for a hand has escaped from an asylum. And the girl gets scared, saying, "Let's take off. What if he's around?" And he says, "Don't worry about it. He's probably far away." And then the girl hears scratching or rumbling coming from the bushes. She tells him to go look. And when the guy goes to look, it was just a raccoon. So he gets back in the car, and what they don't know is the killer was hiding in the back seat. So he tells her, "Let's go get something to eat, a burger." So when they arrive at the food place, he says, "What do you want?" She says, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm not hungry." So he gets out of the car, then he goes back to ask her if she's sure she's not hungry. And he doesn't see her in the car except nothing but a bloody hook hanging on her side of the door. Now, a lot of people aren't sure if the story was true. They think it was just made up for They think it was made up by parents to warn them of safe sex. If you watch the movie, the documentary Killer Legends, you'll find out. But I think the story was true. Number 5. Now, I told this story like 1,000 times. Annabelle. Now, the story of Annabelle goes that this girl's mother bought her a Raggedy Ann doll. But the thing is, there was something about the doll that wasn't too right. After they did a seance with her Ouija board, they wanted to find out what was going on. They claim it was the ghost of a little girl named Annabelle. So the spirit claimed she wanted a body so that she could rest in peace. If I'm saying all this right, I'm sorry. I've been studying a lot because I have school on Thursday. But anyway, she claimed she wanted a body so that she could rest in peace. But what they did was they actually accepted her into their home. Now, that was the dumbest thing they ever did because she was not a spirit of a little girl. She was a demon. Now, if you've seen The Nun, what the nun was the same demon as what Annabelle is. That's my theory. So they contacted two paranormal hunters, Ed and Lorraine Warren, and they asked them what was wrong, and they told them the stuff they went through with Annabelle doll. So they said, "It seems like you didn't invite the spirit of a little girl, you invited a demon into that doll." So Ed and Lorraine Warren decided to take the doll with them. And so as they were going back to their museum and to where they live, they were having car trouble, and Lorraine knew that the doll was causing it all. And to this day, Annabelle was locked in a safe case that marked "Do Not Touch" at all. A year later, 2 people went into the case and touched the glass and said, "Do your worst, Annabelle." And as they left, Annabelle did. The woman broke her leg, and the husband almost died. So when they asked Annabelle to do their worst, she did. that's the thing, you guys. When you tell a demon to do their worst, you might want to think twice about that. Number 6. Now this one I just don't get. Now, Robert the doll. Now, I don't know much about the story, but the story goes that a boy was given a doll from his mother way back in, I think, 18 or 1600s. And the mother or father was having bad vibes from the doll. And the boy named it Robert. So, then all of a sudden some bad things started happening. The boy kept claiming his doll Robert did it. And the mother didn't believe him. So weeks later, more bad stuff started happening. And this time, the mother started believing him. Because she kept getting more and more bad vibes from Robert. So they decided to put the doll in the attic. To this day, you can actually see Robert at a certain museum. But there's some rules. If you want to take a picture of him, you have to ask his permission. And if you don't ask Robert's permission, and you take a picture of him anyway, you'll be cursed for life. But if you don't want him to curse you, you have to write a written apology. How is a doll gonna give you his permission to take a picture of him? That makes no sense. Now, like I was saying, you guys, some inanimate objects, they have like strange rules, like Annabelle. But hey, Robert, he just doesn't make sense. Sorry, I was just reading a letter from a friend, and I was checking the schedule for school on Thursday. But like I said, if it looks like I'm distracted, it's because I got school on Thursday, and it's my first time in like 12 years I'll actually be going back to school. Anyway, number 7. The licked hand. Now this one will really get you afraid of staying home alone. Now this little girl, around 10 or 11 or 12, somewhere around there, young adult. Her parents had left her alone for the first time. She was sitting in her room, on her phone or watching a movie. She had her dog by her bed, just licking her hand, like she loved to do. Just having her dog keeping her company, comforting her. So she hears this noise, like dripping. And she just ignores it. She just decides to let the dog continue licking her hand, just her on her phone or watching a movie. And she hears the noise again. Like dripping, like water. So she decides to check maybe if it's still water in the bathroom. She goes to check. Nothing. The sink is off and the faucet is dry as a bone. Now, she lays down in the bed, got her face in her phone, and looking at the TV screen as well. And has her hand down to her dog and getting comforted by him. And then she hears the noise again. And she decides, what is that noise? And she notices that the noise is actually close, like it's inside her room. So she goes to get up and checks what it was. And this time it sounds very close, like it's coming from, like I said, like it's coming from in her room. So she goes around and looks, and the noise is coming from her closet. So she opens the door, and there her dog is, dead as a doornail, hanging from a hanger in her closet. And the dripping noise was her dog's own blood. And she turns around, and in her bedroom mirror was, "Humans can lick too." And it was written in the dog's own blood. Let me tell you something, you guys. Now, stories like that can scare people into staying home alone. The only time I got scared of staying home alone, I was a freshman in high school in 2007, and I usually didn't like to go to bed until 2:30 in the morning because I was playing a real good game or watching a real good movie. And then at 1:30 in the afternoon, 1:30 in the morning, I hear the front door open, and it was some stranger carrying an alcohol bottle, and he was drunk as hell. He was like, uh, 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 like I knew he was drunk. And my dad comes out. I rush to my dad and I say, "Dad, there's someone in the house. He just walked in the front door like nothing." So he grabs a metal bat and he says, "Who are you?" He says the same thing. He goes, and the thing is, he has a big ring of keys on his pants pocket, like he was the landlord's brother. He says, "Get out or I'm calling the police." So he leaves, but he sleeps the night in the hallway by the front door. And I said, "You know what? I won't be able to sleep." And I stayed up till 5 in the morning. And I saw that guy leave. And then I knocked out. I'm telling you guys, stories like that, they will scare you. But anyway. Now, okay. Number 7. Chupacabra, or goat sucker. Now, I don't know the story of this, but all the time in Mexico, people claim they've seen a creature that would only kill their livestock, especially goats. They will call it goat sucker or el chupacabra. That's the only word I know in Spanish. Chupacabra. After watching Scooby-Doo meets Chupacabra. But people claim some legends about El Chupacabra. They claim it kills livestock and it kills humans. But there haven't been no evidence of proving that El Chupacabra is real. Well, you guys, that was 7. That's right, 7 scary stories that we all think are real or fake, and some that have scared us to death. But if there's just some scary stories you want me to read, or if you want me to tell you about, let me know in the comments below. And also, like this video and please subscribe if you can. And let me know what kind of Halloween video you want me to do, because I'm trying to do lots, for the whole month of October. And like I said, be careful out there, and I will see you in the next video.